Yes, people, welcome back to the Only Yahya with Yahya. And today we're talking about Manchester United transfers. But we're talking about Gigi Donnarumma, him being linked to the club. And also we're talking about Carlos Baleba and just a bit of an update on what's going on there. Yes, it's all happening today on the Only Yahya. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep hitting the page for notifications so we can keep bringing you great content going forward. So straight into it, Manchester United being linked with Gigi Donnarumma is such a beautiful thing for me. Now, I'm a fan of André Onana, don't get me wrong. I think he's a lot more criticized and scrutinized than what he actually should be getting. Because a lot of people don't realize when a team scores goals, it takes the pressure off the goalkeeper. You know, David De Gea came into form at the age of 28, 29. Yes, he was winning Premier Leagues with Manchester United on the Ferguson. But remember, in a lot of those seasons, he was having massive howlers. Now, yes, he came a bit younger than André Onana. But André Onana had to settle into a team that was not as complete as what De Gea was coming into. So there are pros and cons on each side. And I'm not saying André Onana is David De Gea or as good as a shot stopper as David De Gea. Because David De Gea, to me, is my favorite goalkeeper. You have David De Gea, you have Manuel Neuer, and you have Dida from Brazil, who are my favorite three goalkeepers. Now, for me, David De Gea was the best goalkeeper in the world for a long period of time. But again, when he was performing at that level, Manchester United was not the team that he used to be when he first came as a goalkeeper. So the better of a goalkeeper he became is the worse the team around him became. And that's what made him win couple player of the seasons as Manchester United. As we know, the Sir Bob Matt Busby award for a couple of years. So now, looking at us having an opportunity to go after Gigi Donnarumma, there's a lot of things, a lot of reports like people talking about, oh, he's so much better than Onana. But I'm just stating that if we are to think that he's so much better than Onana based on the eye test, but based on statistics, it shows that they're not so much different from each other. Now, people will say, oh, but Gigi Donnarumma won a Champions League final. Let's not forget, André Onana was the best goalkeeper in Europe for that year, to the point where we were like, Jesus, this guy plays like a centre-back as a goalkeeper. Let's not forget, in periods of the game versus Man City, Inter Milan had the ball. André Onana was Inter Milan's third centre-back. So it's not a system he's never played before, being in Manchester United system now, and now the team's getting better. I can see benefits of them keeping Onana, but also I can see the benefits of them bringing in a goalkeeper like Gigi Donnarumma, who I think have a bigger frame and who can actually work a bit better in the Premier League. So when we look at Gigi Donnarumma, just based on his frame, as I just stated earlier, the quality of the Premier League with the physicality of the Premier League demands you to have a goalkeeper that's brave and have a big frame, I believe. I think that's why Alisson pulls off the kind of saves he does for Liverpool. But we don't see the same as Ederson because he's not as physical. We see a lot of goals where Man City concede that people just put the biggest man on Ederson and force him to try and make a save on a corner, on a free kick. So there's a lot of ways in which having a goalkeeper with a big frame benefits you as a team. Now let's look at ball playing skills. André Onana and Donnarumma. André Onana is way better than Donnarumma with the ball on his feet, no doubt. Donnarumma is still effective playing the ball on his feet, but he's not as effective as André Onana. Now, Manchester United bought André Onana as a ball-playing centre-back, but he's centre-back goalkeeper, but because United wasn't good on playing out, wasn't holding the ball enough, was bad in transition, Onana got lobbed once or twice in the season and he quit coming out of the box. He quit coming to play with the team. And that caused a whole massive difference in the way in which he was bought to play and the way in which he plays. Now, if you're bought as a ball playing goalkeeper, but your team not playing the ball as much, then it kind of defeats the purpose of you playing for this team. Because now they're asking you to be a shot stopper, in which I think he is a good shot stopper, but I just don't think he's as good as a shot stopper. Now, can he improve? Of course he can. I think he can get way better with the right training. But I think also when you have a goalkeeper at Donnarumma age, where you can have him for the next 10 years, and he be your number one while you bring through a younger goalkeeper, then it can also benefit you as well. Now, Manchester United has always had access to good goalkeepers. You know, you talk about even Tom Heaton, Premier League great. Sam Johnston, Premier League great. Dean Henderson, who came up with a big performance yesterday, Premier League proven. You have the David De Gea's. You have Kovac that went to Bayer Leverkusen. You know, so there's a lot of goalkeepers that have been around Manchester United that have been high quality goalkeepers. So Manchester United, when it comes to goalkeepers, never really had an issue finding high quality goalkeepers. So for now, I think even if the club was to get Donnarumma, I think based on how we've seen them recruit goalkeepers and how well their goalkeeper academy has been for such a long time, I think it is in benefit that they bring in, per se, the number one in the world right now. Let's not forget they did that with Onana because he was number one. But based on the ID of the eyes, we can see that definitely, the eye test, we can definitely tell that Donnarumma have a lot more physicality, wingspan, so many things that benefit him already that makes him a better fit for Manchester United in this physical league. Now, talking about Manchester United and transfers, we also have to speak about them continuously being in contact over the weekend with Carlos Baleba. Now, I have said it many times and I'll say it again. If Manchester United gets Carlos Baleba, be careful, people. We might have to start chanting 21 is coming. You know, this kid is high quality central defensive midfielder. When you look at Baleba and the quality he possesses, he unlocks every midfielder at Manchester United. And not only that, he would be the only left-footed midfielder at Man United, which benefits the team in so many aspects. In the way of switching play, in the way in which we come around to go to the left side, in coverage. You know, he can play left back. He has already played left back for Brighton. He can play so many positions. His positioning, mind, his football IQ, and he's 21 years old, is unbelievable. Everything about this transfer just ticks all the boxes that Manchester United should go after this player. And this is why I can tell they're going after him very, very heavy. You know, when you look at the reports coming out, how many times Fabrizio and all these other Tier 1 reporters and journalists coming out consistently talking about this. There's something going on. And now we see Højlund and Garnacho and these other guys looking to leave the club. Just within that transfer of those two players I called before, that is around, you're getting around 80 to 90 million euros just for those two players. And I can see that Brighton would probably call around a 90 plus 10 euros for Baleba. So there is so many things happening within this small window. And within this 20 days, I will say on my chest that Manchester United will end up with Carlos Baleba. There's no other... I hear a lot of reporters saying we have to be careful, it's too expensive. Based on what and how this team has been moving in this transfer window, the minute they start contacting players, I just don't see how these players don't come to Manchester United. Especially him being that young. Especially him knowing that if this is the club he actually wants to go to, it'd probably be a bidding war for him next window. And maybe Brighton decides that they want so much for him, they probably won't even let him go. Because, so there is a lot of reasons why I think United should go after this player now. Imagine if it becomes a bidding war next season. Now it goes up to the 135 million. the 120 million, you know. And if United have to get themselves, especially them trying to build up the club in this period, getting yourself into a bidding war with a team, trying to get the price up, which is what Brighton will do. It's just basic economics. Try to get as much as you want for your asset. The mere fact that they're doing that and trying to push it for next season already tells you what they see this player as: a cash cow. He is the man to bring in a tremendous amount of money for their PSR to balance their books. Because it's not like Brighton's going to go out there and spend 50, 60, 70 million pounds on any player. They're going to go buy that 3-4 million player, and then they're going to make him into a 100 million pound player, i.e. Casado. So, yes, people, it's been your boy Yaya bringing you just a short little Manchester United transfer, what's going on with Donnarumma, my thoughts, and why I think Baleba will unlock every midfield at Manchester United. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page, and keep hitting the bell for notification as we keep bringing you great content going forward. Also, we have a show coming out, the Big Game Theory, being released tomorrow.